Hey everybody, it's Luke here. Today we are going to be making another healthy meal. What we're going to be making is a whole wheat um, garlic pepper chicken pasta dish. And this is going to be super healthy if you are bodybuilding or trying to get big. You can eat it for that. If you're doing P90X, this can be eaten for any one of the three phases. So let's just get started. What I have here is I have a chicken breast that I've already cooked up in the pan. All I did was took it out of the freezer, thawed it, sprinkled a little garlic powder on top of the chicken, along with some seasoned salt, and then I just pan fried it till it was done. What I also have here is I've already cooked up some whole wheat pasta. So this is whole wheat thin spaghetti. This is just the store brand that I have at my grocery store. Cooked up one serving of that, which is 180 calories, and a lot of times you don't know how to measure the pasta, how much is a serving. It's about a half an inch dry around. So if you pull the noodles out and you get a half inch around, that's a serving. Let's set this down. The other ingredient we're going to use is a red pepper. And we're also going to be using some chopped onions and crushed red pepper flakes just for seasoning later on. So first of all, if you've never cut open a pepper, this is how I do it. I've already washed it up in the sink. I just take a knife and I go right around the top. And I cut a little circle out. Okay. And then this top just pops out. Yeah, that's a good one. A lot of times there's more seeds. I don't hardly have any seeds in here, but you can kind of just cut these little white parts off and clean the seeds out. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to just cut it straight down the middle. That, and I'm only going to use half of the pepper. So I'm going to cut this into fourths. Then what I like to do, there's this little lip on there. I just cut that off. This helps me slice them easier. And you can throw that in the dish or eat it. Then you proceed to cut your red pepper into pretty thin strips. We want it to be pretty thin because we're going to cook it up. Okay, so cut that one. I'm going to slice this one up. And one more. Okay, so now I have half of my red pepper cut up into thin pieces. You can dice this if you want. So, if you want your peppers to be smaller in your pasta, just go ahead and take your big knife and just go to town on them. They'll cook faster too this way. It's all about personal preference in cooking. So, they're nice and pretty small. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take our pan and we're going to heat it up. Put it at about medium heat. And we're going to take some olive oil, about 1 tablespoon. Put that right in the pan. This is a half tablespoon, so I'm going to dump 2 of those in. Okay, so I've got 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Now this is the trick. This is what really kind of brings it all together and increases the flavor. I have some minced garlic. Open this up, and I'm going to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon because it goes a long way. So I'm going to put it right into the oil and let that cook a little. I'm going to put a little bit of the garlic juice that's in here in there too. And what this is going to do is this is going to kind of create a garlic infused olive oil, if you will. So anything that gets coated with it, it's just going to increase the flavor. So then also right into the oil we're going to throw in our red peppers. And that should just start to cook up. Get them all in there. Just give this a little cook around here, and then we're going to cover it. We want those peppers to kind of cook down a little bit. So we'll let that cook a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pre-cooked chicken breast, and I'm just going to cut this into pieces. Just kind of bite-sized pieces, strips, whatever you want. Just cut kind of dice it. Okay, so now the chicken is all diced up, and that's going to go into the pan with the peppers and the garlic and the olive oil. Alright, we're going to let this cook. Get a wooden spoon, mix it around a little bit. That already smells really good. I'll kind of show you what we got going here. So you can see the peppers, the chicken, and then the oil and garlic are all around there. And then, if you like a little heat like I do, I go ahead and I throw in some crushed red pepper flakes while this stage of the process. Sprinkle those in. And I like a little onion, so I have these dried chopped onions. I'll just put in a few of those. Let that cook up. Cover it up. Let it cook a little bit, and then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our pasta and we'll let that cook for just a little bit. And this is going to go right in with the rest of the mixture. I'm going to grab some tongs. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in right now. Okay, so I throw in my pasta, take my tongs, and kind of just grab it and turn it and mix it all around and get that garlic infused oil all around the pasta. And this is actually a lot of food. One serving of pasta is a ton of food. You'll be surprised once you start actually measuring it out and seeing how much it is. Okay. Now on top of this, you know, I like to put on a little bit of salt. If you're watching your sodium, you can omit this. I'll put on just a sprinkle of salt. Cover it back up. And I'm going to let this kind of cook for about 5 minutes. And that's all there is to it. What I'm going to do when it's done, I'm going to take it from the pan, I'm going to dump it in my Tupperware, put the cover on, and this is what I'm bringing with me to work tomorrow. So what it's going to have in it is, we're going to have 180 calories from the spaghetti. The tablespoon of olive oil is going to have 120, so that puts us up to 300. And my chicken breast was somewhere between a 4 and 6 ounce breast, so that's going to have about 100 to 150. It's going to put us at 450 calories, and you know, the pepper is pretty negligible, so we're looking at 460 calories. Everything super healthy, and it's going to taste awesome. So give it a try. I'll put a picture of the finished product on my website, which is down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, it's down below the blog post. So, till next time.